Today we're tying a March Brown wet fly on the Allen D101. Start your thread about an eye width back from the eye. We're going to change this pattern up just a little bit, just because I'm working with what I have, and you're also going to see me struggle with tying in a feather wing, which I'm not very good at, but we'll have it a go. I'm going to tie the tail in so it's about the same length as the body. You can use a variety of other feathers, whether you use duck or partridge or anything else, as long as you get a barred effect. It's going to be a bit more resilient than if you were to use something like pheasant tail fiber. Another change in this pattern I'm going to do is I'm going to use colored wire rather than using tinsel. Again, this is going to improve the durability of the fly. Next, I'm going to wax my thread so that the dubbing I'm going to use is going to adhere better to the thread itself. While I often skip the step of waxing the thread, in the cases of some natural dubbings, like the fox squirrel I'm going to use, or even hare's ear fiber, waxing the thread is definitely helpful. Once I have that body dubbed, and as you can see, it's quite buggy here, I'm going to make sure that I wiggle my wire as I bring it forward to make sure I don't trap down too many of these nice buggy fibers. For this next step, I'm going to tie in a partridge feather to make a collar. When I'm prepping this feather, I'm going to make sure to strip away the softer fibers toward the butt of the feather. Then, I'll tie it in by the tip, and then fold the tip back to trap it fully down. Now, I'll palmer that feather forward while being careful not to trap any of the fibers underneath the stem. This final stage here of tying in the feather wing is certainly my nemesis when it comes to fly tying. What you're going to need are two paired feathers. As you can see, I've butchered these two paired turkey feathers. However, as you'll notice, they're not from the same wing, but instead they're from opposite wings so that they pair together. I've taken matching strips, trimmed off those paired feathers, and then I'm basically going to create a tent of a wing over the top. Rather than pulling my thread straight down, I'm going to take one loop over the pattern, and then I'm going to pull from below while holding tightly on the feather, hoping that it's going to drop down straight. The nice thing about this is for every time I screw it up, I can just back off my thread and redo it. Once you've created a wing that you're happy with, which for me takes forever, I'm then going to trap down those fibers and trim them free. The final step here is simply cleaning up that head and creating a nice neat whip finish. And while you won't see me do this often, I am going to finish this head with a bit of adhesive, simply so the fly doesn't come apart.